What's the status of the QUATERA US rollout and its impact on cataract surgical plans?
QUATERA is our phaco solution. Phaco is short for phacoemulsification, which describes the process with an ultrasonic technology to liquidate and remove the natural lens from the eye before the implant, the IOL, the intraocular lens, comes in cataract surgery. This was a important missing piece in our product portfolio. We're happy to have launched it in 2022 in the US. As we have disclosed, the initial sales in the first 12 to 18 months have been relatively modest. Part of the reason is that in the market, it's very common that the QUATERA, the phaco, and the phaco solutions by other players such as Alcon, J&J, Bausch + Lomb are being bundled with intraocular lenses. However, we had some delays in securing our first lens approval. The intraocular lens that we got as a monofocal lens. We're still also waiting for some of the more sophisticated premium or advanced lenses to get approved. So our ability to create attractive bundled offerings for customers is at this point, a bit less flexible than that of some of our competitors, which explains to some degree the somewhat more modest or muted trajectory of installations at the beginning of the product cycle. That is not to say that we don't have ambitious goals for QUATERA midterm. Some of the initial features are improved upon. There are additional instruments and accessories being introduced into the market, and the portfolio of lenses and other bundling components is growing daily. So a lot of R&D goes into this and will continue in the next years. Our plans for the cataract market are very ambitious, and we target clear market share gains, be it through QUATERA installations, but also through microsurgical installations, through installations of biometry planning tools, as well as now, after having completed the DORC acquisition, through the retinal surgery portfolio, which is not the same as cataract, but also has some need for intraocular lenses. As for many retinal patients, also cataract surgery is done in the same go during the same surgical procedure. And then, of course, the retinal surgeons work in most clinics quite closely together with the cataract surgeons. There's a distinct cross-selling potential between the two categories. Through all of these avenues, we will try to move our sales forward to win market share from the market incumbents like Alcon, J&J, and Bausch + Lomb. And the upside is ours. The US market around intraocular lenses and cataract products is about 2 billion in annual sales that are barely covered or addressed by Zeiss. Mostly consumable sales. So it's a lot of upside here with QUATERA and with the rest of the cataract portfolio for us.
How does the DORC acquisition create opportunities in the vitreoretinal market?
The company DORC, Dutch company DORC, retinal surgery specialist that we acquired in December 2023. We announced the acquisition and closed it in April of 2024. Gives us a leading portfolio of retinal surgery technology and a number 2 worldwide position in this very critical field. The biggest opportunities for DORC in a nutshell are in the US, where the cataract offering can indirectly benefit from synergies here with DORC. We have intraocular lenses already approved, monofocal intraocular lenses, a product called CT Lucia, which are already FDA approved, but we don't have a large installed base yet of phaco systems to sell them together with or to bundle them with the DORC customer base. We are now getting potential customers for intraocular lenses. So one early step of the integration of DORC, where we're putting a lot of focus in, is to coordinating that offering, basically to bring our intraocular lens from Zeiss to the DORC customer base. And then in the second step, to unify that offering and to take the good existing market share among the DORC retinal customer base to have that hopefully spill over into the cataract user base, where Zeiss has some presence with the surgical microscopes and biometry in particular, not so much yet with phaco as we would like, to maybe add to that cross-selling potential from the retinal side into the cataract world to add market share with intraocular lenses. That's a good opportunity for us in a multi-year project with a lot of promise, which just got even more promising through the DORC acquisition. That's how I would put it. The second big opportunity around DORC is regarding China. In the Chinese market, DORC was just starting out with a relatively modest entry and not the best of all accesses to the major private hospitals and distributors. Zeiss, with its long presence in China, You wouldn't guess the year when Zeiss started in China, 1957. So that's quite different times. But Zeiss has a very long history there. With those resources and that connectivity with the distributors and with the large hospital chains, we can definitely speed up the effort for DORC products to enter the Chinese market by synchronizing our sales teams there. And that's already happening in full swing. And we expect relatively near term already to see results from that. So we're quite excited about the opportunities in retinal surgery. In the background, we're busy developing our retinal workflow, basically putting our software that we very successfully have established for cataract to apply that to retinal, where the retinal workflow begins with diagnostic imaging from Zeiss, such as the OCT, the optical coherence tomography, where the retinal surgical microscopes from Zeiss are in big use. And then we move from there to the vitrectomy, the device from DORC, and the associated consumables, and also in many cases intraocular lenses. So quite a powerful offering that's coming. We're investing in some future technologies as well in the area of robotics and automation. So this is a super exciting innovation field for us. In the next years, we will continue to invest heavily as we always do. And no doubt that we'll create a very compelling offering here in retinal surgery. The DORC acquisition will be seen as a very important milestone for Zeiss in shaping that innovation.
Does DORC strengthen Zeiss's position or market potential in the US?
Definitely, because among the DORC customer base, there is a demand for intraocular lenses, which is typically not bundled or tied to a specific manufacturer. It's estimated that in about a third or so of retinal cases and intraocular lenses needed, Zeiss has intraocular lenses in the US approved by the FDA, but is not yet selling them in major quantities due to some of the constraints in the phaco installed base that we're still subject to. With acquiring a large customer base in the US, we have some immediate cross-selling potential with our intraocular lenses into the retinal space. And by developing a closer tie to the retinal surgeons, we also will in turn get a positive halo effect on the cataract surgeons who are working often quite closely with the retinal surgeons, work in the same clinic, know each other quite well. Qualifying as a supplier of intraocular lenses on the retinal side can be a first step to also get a better entry into the cataract business of that account. And this is what we're working on in terms of sales synergies in the US. Our position just got a lot better by acquiring DORC.
What feedback are you getting on the Zeiss cataract workflow?
Customer feedback on the cataract workflow is excellent. We have very passionate customer testimonials already that we like to show at trade fairs and exhibitions with customers, with new customers and applicants for our products and interested surgeons. The cataract workflow can cut the time that's required to prepare, and set up the surgery by as much as 40 to 50%. We have done some academic research which underscores these efficiency potentials, which are quite massive in the very rushed and hurried world of cataract industry. We have also some data on significant time saving during the surgical process. These time savings, however, mostly come from reducing complications. A complication can totally mess up the efficiency of any cataract surgery setup, and therefore reducing complications, improving quality, both for the experience of the patient and the outcome of the patient, but also in terms of the efficiency of the clinical setup, are paramount to achieve economically and qualitatively satisfying results in cataract surgery. And here, the connectivity of the phaco system, the biometric planning tools, the surgical microscope, together with the powerful software architecture, is an important lever to achieve the best possible results. It is our goal that in some years it will really be seen as very outdated to use insular, not connected equipment on all these different fronts from various vendors and manufacturers. We want to offer it all out of one hand, all integrated. People want to use that, and nobody will go back from it, or almost nobody will switch or opt out again after having tried it. So it's rather a barrier to convert customers, which we will do over time, and we will already have a great leading set of innovators at our disposal.
Disclaimer. As described in the legal section on our website, seat11a.com, this publication is for informational purposes only. This means it is not intended to provide you with any investment advice. Any opinion or recommendation expressed by the companies is neither given nor supported by us and should not be considered investment advice from our side. Also, remember that any opinion or recommendation expressed is subject to change without further notice. The content is obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but we do not guarantee its accuracy, completeness, or timeliness. Seat11a.com and its employees disclaim all liability for any loss that may arise in any form from any use of the information in the video, audio, and on our website. We neither express any opinion on the future value of any security or other investment vehicle, nor recommend any investment based on the information provided. Please consider the publications and our website as a platform for companies to present themselves. You need to seek financial advice from an expert regarding the accuracy and appropriateness of the material presented or recommended by the companies in the publication. As we are just considered a publisher, we may hold and trade securities in the presenting company, whether it is a listed or private company. By consuming our content, you agree to these terms and the terms in our legal section on our website.